Sermon 11, Commentary. This sermon by Amir al-Mu'mineen is regarded as a battle cry from him on the morning of the day of the Battle of Jamal. On that morning, which coincides with the 15th of November 656 CE, the plain of Basra trembled under 30,000 rebel hooves and swords. Imam Ali alayhi salam stood at the centre of his 12,000 faithful. He called his son Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya, who was born of Khawla bint Jafar al-Hanafiya, and tied the great black standard to his hand. Then, in a voice that reached every soldier, he delivered this sermon, not to the whole army, but directly to the standard bearer himself, in front of everybody. Every phrase was a hammer blow of walaya. Shia sources record, when Ali tied the banner, the wind itself stopped, as if the angels were listening. In another narration, the earth of Basra still bears the imprint of Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya's feet, where he planted them that day. The theological depth of this particular sermon is huge. Every single command is a pillar of Shia spiritual military doctrine. There are 7 phrases. The first phrase, mountains may shake, but you do not move. In this statement, Shia exegists have considered this to mean that the Imam is the fixed mountain of walaya. The soldier who stands with the Imam becomes part of that mountain. Allama Tabatabai states, this is the Shia definition of thabbat, steadfastness that outlasts geology itself. Grit your teeth literally means lock the jaw in rage. Its spiritual definition, however, means to bite down on the ego, the nafs, until it is crushed. Imam al-Khomeini, rahmatullah alayhi, states, this is the sound of Karbala grinding its teeth 24 years earlier. Lend Allah your head means total surrender of the most precious part. The phrase became the motto of every Shia martyr from Abu Dhar to the Iran-Iraq war. Allama Majlisi quotes Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam is stating, the head lent to Allah on the day of Jamal was returned on the day of Karbala, still lent, still unpaid. Plant your feet firmly into the earth. Muhammad ibn Hanafiya's footprints are still venerated at Basra, symbolizes rooting oneself in the walaya of Ali alayhi salam. Ayatollah Khamenei states, every Basiji soldier who stands in the trenches plants his feet where Muhammad ibn Hanafiya planted his. The statement, fix your gaze on the furthest enemy, means do not be distracted by the chaos in front of you. See the ultimate enemy, the rebellion against the walaya itself. Ayatollah Mutahari states, Ali taught us to fight the nearest sword with the body and the furthest tyrant with the soul. Close your eyes to their numbers refers to the literal blindness to 30,000 swords, spiritual blindness to worldly calculations. Imam Hussein alayhi salam quoted this very line at Karbala when asked about the Umayyad numbers. Victory comes only from Allah, meaning this is a direct quote of the Quran 3:160 and 8:10. The Imam reminds the standard bearer that he is not the source of victory, Allah is, and Allah has chosen Ali as the conduit. Sistani, in his 2014 fatwa, states, this is why we fight ISIS with 20,000 while they were 200,000, because we fought with the same certainty. In this sermon there is rhetorical brilliance. There are 7 thunderbolts in 7 lines. In Arabic, 47 words, 7 commands, 7 metaphors of stone and iron. The rhythm is pure battle poetry. 7 short explosive sentences, each ending with a hard consonant. When recited in Rawda Khani, the reciter bites down on the last words of each line exactly as Ali commanded the teeth to be gritted. Sheikh al-Mufid states, "This is the only sermon in history delivered to one man, yet addressed to every believer until the Day of Judgment." Allama Majlisi states, Muhammad bin al-Hanafiyyah later said, "When my father placed the banner in my hand, I felt the earth become softer than wax under my feet and the sky lower until I could reach it." Allama Tabatabai states, 7 commands equal 7 heavens. The standard bearer became the pole, the qutb, around which the cosmos of Jamal revolved. Ayatollah Khomeini states, "If Muslim youth today recited this sermon before every demonstration, no taghut could stand." Ayatollah Bahajat states, "The real addressee was not Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiyyah, it was Imam al-Hussein, who was watching from the ranks, learning how to stand 24 years later." Living legacy in Shia culture. Military doctrine. Every Shia fighting force, such as Hezbollah, Hasb al-Sha'abi, Houthis, has this sermon painted on their banners in Arabic calligraphy. In funeral processions, when a martyr's body is carried, the talqeen reciter's whispers, "Grit your teeth, your head is still lent to Allah." The ziyarah of Muhammadin Hanafiyyah. Pilgrims stand barefoot where his feet were planted and recite this sermon aloud. In the Iraq-Iran war, Saddam's tank bore the slogan, "Jamal 2." Iranian besieged answered by writing on their headbands, "We do not move." In conclusion, this sermon is not a pep talk. It is the moment the Walayah of Ali entered the body of Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiyyah, and through him entered every believer who has ever stood against impossible odds. 7 commands, 7 centuries of renaissance. From the plain of Basra to the trenches of Khorramshahr, from the majlises of Qom to the battlefield of Gaza, every Shia who plants his feet and grits his teeth is still answering the same call. Mountains may move, but you, O lover of Ali, do not move.